This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Ark Mods Weekly. I got some great mods for you per usual, so let's get to it. The first mod we are taking a look at today is called JPs ArkNav, and you don't have to learn any engrams or anything like that. You just install it, then you hit F7, and this little thing pops up down here at the bottom. Check that out. It's a compass, a GPS, and a map. And you can set it in the game user ionize to whatever map that you have. So I use number 4 because we are on the aberration map. So you can see that, I don't know if we're going far enough. Let's jump on something here that can move a little bit. And you can see there's a little pink dot that shows you your location on the map. So here we go. You can see it moving just a little bit down there. And it's also giving us our latitude and longitude and showing us on our compass there which way we're facing. So yeah, really cool little mod. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to this mod, but it's absolutely fantastic because you don't have to worry about carrying around a GPS anymore. Like, that's one thing, like, I get it, and like, it's cool and all that you have a GPS in Ark and you got to pull it out and it's like realistic and all that, but sometimes in games that stuff's just kind of, it's something you want on the screen on a HUD and you just want it up all the time or whenever you want it without having to pull something else out to see it and stuff like that. And this gives you everything, because like right now, if you want to, you'd have to pull out map, then your GPS, and look around and stuff like that at the map and the GPS at the same time. And now they're just there. You have them all the time at the same time, and they're just a key away. You just bam, there it is. You don't have to have an extra thing in your inventory or any of that. So yeah, really handy little awesome mod. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to actually add that to our server. So that's that good. That's how much I like it. Just F7, there you go, bam, latitude, longitude, compass, and map. Great mod. All right, on to the next. All right, the next mod we're taking a look at is called bathroom furniture, and you're gonna need this workbench right here. And if you go into your engrams and you type in BF, it's right there. And it's going to cost you 30 cementing paste, 75 hide, 50 metal ingots, and 100 wood. And once you have learnt it, you can create it and place it down, and you have access to all of these different options to deck out your bathroom, because, you know, bathrooms need a little love in Ark. They don't have a lot going on right now. You can throw a toilet in there, and that's about it. You can make an outhouse, but with this mod, you can make a full-on awesome bathroom. So you can see the crafting costs vary a little bit from stuff to stuff. Like, it's not just, oh, here's a couple of thatch and some fiber to create it. I mean, you need polymer to create a shelving unit. I mean, it's pretty legit. You need crystal to create a mirror, and cementing paste, wool to make a towel. So it's pretty legit. I think it's really well done. I don't mind the slightly expensive crafting costs. I think it makes it feel more like it's part of Ark. So let's go out here. I have everything set up out here. That stego scared me for a second there. So we have the stool. You can sit on the stool there. And then we have the toilet. You can sit on the toilet. You know, we got you that fancy toilet, better than that Ark toilet. It's all kinds of fancy. There's a bathtub. The bathtub can actually hold things. So click there, you can see it can hold things. Pretty much everything in this can hold things, almost everything. Then we have the sink. Sink can hold 30 items. One thing I did notice is if you look at the bathtub, it actually shows you the item count, so it's a 0 of 10. However, the sinks do not do that, but both sinks, there's a white and a black one, they both hold 30 items. Then there's a little shave kit here. You got your shave brush and your actual razor. That holds 10 items. Then we have the shower. The shower holds 10. This is very modern, extremely modern. You can't actually get in it, which is a little disappointing. I wish that the doors opened and you could get in it. That would be awesome. You could set a pin code. You can pick it up. All this stuff, you can pick up all this stuff. And there's no wait. You just bam, pick it up. So keep that in mind, that you can pick up all this stuff and move it around. But yeah, the shower looks good, even though you can't interact with it a whole lot other than putting items in it. Then we have a giant heater. That's essentially what that is. But I mean, you could use that for a lot of different stuff, just to add texture to walls and stuff like that. But it's called a heater. Oh, apparently it's powered too. I guess it works as an air conditioner. I'm not 100% sure on that one. We'll have to take that one inside and check that one out. I actually missed that. I did not realize it was powered when I was placing everything. So we'll do that here in a second. Then we have the towel rack and an actual towel that you place on the towel rack. So those are separate. I just placed the towel there. A mirror. Once again, as with all other Ark mirrors, there's no reflection there, which is kind of disappointing. I really want to see myself in the mirror. This little thing right here, and that holds 100 items. The mirror, by the way, can't hold anything. The towel rack doesn't hold anything. The towel itself can't hold anything. You set a pin code for it, which is kind of strange. I don't know. But anyway, so that holds 100. Then this is actually two things here. I just have them placed like this because I wanted to show you. So there's one, and it holds 100 items. And let's pull this one out of our inventory here to our hotbar, and you can stack these. Let me get back a little bit. See how you can like stack these like they're supposed to go, like you really would, or you can have them separate. You could put it like that. They don't, you can see that they don't clip into things. So that's really cool that you could create like a really cool wall thing with these. And they the difference in them is, let me replace this one here. You'll see that the centerpiece on, let's get something out I can point with. The centerpiece on this one is black, and the centerpiece on this one is white. So this one goes black, white, black. This one goes white, black, white. So yeah, that's the only difference between those two. They're the exact same in every other way, other than the colors. Okay, so let's check this thing out. If I pick this up and take this in here, there should be power when I place it down. All right, so here we go. We have it. It is powered. Let's take a look at our insulation here. So that's up to 421 on the hyper and 178 on the hypo. Let's run away from this and see if that drops, because this might actually be a legit heater. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so that actually does put out some hypothermic and hyperthermic insulation, because we're now at 69 and 312, and if we run back over to it, it should jump us back up. So this is a legit heater. Yeah, 428 and 122. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, I didn't realize that at first when I was placing everything and testing it out. So yeah, it actually comes with a legit heater. All right, well, that's it for that mod. It's just a modernized bathroom set stuff for your bathroom. All right, on to the next. The next mod we are taking a look at is called ARKomatic. So you're gonna go into your Ingrams and you're gonna type in Ark, and you're gonna need this workbench right here. Now, everything in this you have to learn separate from the workbench. It doesn't just come with the workbench like a lot of other stuff does. The workbench itself is going to cost you 5 metal ingots, 5 stone, and 5 wood. So the workbench itself is super cheap. So I'm not going to go over everything, but we have a few other things here. I'm going to show you everything, but I'm not going to go over all their Ingram costs. Some things cost Ingrams, some things don't, and they all cost a varying degree of resources. So like we have the ARKomatic fabricator, you know, it's going to cost you 5 Ingram points. The ARKomatic forge, that's going to cost you 5 Ingram points. So yeah, and then there's also the chemistry bench, but there's a bunch of other stuff here, like the incubator and all of these little guys here, and then there's the wood baker. So we'll get into all that here, but I'm not going to go over the crafting costs for everything. You have to download the mod and check it out. Now, one thing I do want to point out, if you have Structures Plus, most of the stuff that's in this is in Structures Plus, or Structures Plus has some varying degree of it, is what I should say. So like the Structures Plus has, you know, the incubation thing that hatches your eggs for you. This one's a little bit different. This is, you actually have to still babysit your egg. This just makes sure that it's you know, in the right conditions. Structures Plus has a thing that picks up cementing paste. So, you know, if you're playing with Structure Plus, you probably don't need this mod, but if you're not, this mod is great, and it actually adds some things that I like, and some stuff that Structures Plus doesn't have, and it has some stuff that works well with Aberration as well, which is cool. Okay, so let's get into everything here. So you go into your workbench, and here's all of the different things, and we're gonna go down the row here and check them out. So of course we have the incubator. You turn it on, you throw an egg out, it incubates. So I think I have eggs over here. So we have this guy right here. So we'll take this over and throw it on top of it. So this is a rock drake egg. So this will show you that it does work with the aberration eggs. So if we take a look at it there, let's see. Yep. We did turn that on, right? And not off. Let's double check that. No, I had it on already. Hold on a minute here. Okay, let's try this again. I'm like, why is this not incubating? Okay, so if you look down at the bottom, it's kind of hard for me to. There's stuff in the way. Let me try this again. There we go. So now you can see that it is definitely incubating the egg, and you don't have to have it directly on top of it. It has a relatively decent range. Like if I want, I could just throw the egg out right here, and it's still kind of, well, it's still kind of laying on top of it, but you get it. Just throw it out nearby, and it will incubate your egg for you, and it does work with the aberration eggs, which is really cool. And let's put this back. Next up, we have the snail poop and organic polymer collector. Now this thing's really cool because not only does it collect the stuff that they drop on the ground, it also pulls out of their inventory. So if we hit start collecting here, they should, I think my guys have some stuff on them, maybe not, I'm not 100% sure, but you know, so it's collecting now, and my snails are all the way up there. Like, I'll show you real quick where the snails are so you can see the range on this. So the snails are all the way up here. Got a snail here, he's got 6 cementing paste in him. So they're all the way up there, and it pulls from all the way down here. So it's got decent range on it, which is really nice. So there you can see it's already pulled some from them and pick some up off the ground. So that's really handy there, and I really like that a lot because it doesn't take any kind of special fuel or anything like that. Doesn't look like it needs to be powered. It just, because it doesn't say, I don't think it does. It could be powered here because this whole base is powered, but it doesn't say it needs to be powered like this, how it says that it's powered. So I'm assuming none of this needs to be powered, and it just works, which is really handy. You just set it and forget it. They also have the earthquake collector, which collects any packages that fall on the ground. Let me start an earthquake real quick. Okay, here we go. We got an earthquake going, and packages should start falling out of the sky. It is set to collect, so it should just start picking them up as soon as they hit the ground. Come on, Ark. Drop those packages. There we go. There's some on the ground, some wood, some other stuff. And it takes it a second, but it should pick them up. There, they just got picked up. So, yeah, really handy. You can see that it actually picked up a spear at some point. This is all stuff that it had picked up when I was originally testing it. So, more stuff is falling over here, and after a second or so, it will run, and then it picks up more stuff, and that's it. That's pretty much all there is to it. But it's handy because when you're in your base and there's an earthquake going, and it gets tiresome even trying to pick that stuff up. It gets to a point where it's not worth it, but you could just set this and allow this to pick stuff up, and then it's kind of worth having the earthquakes. The next little thingy we got here is the poop collector. This collects poop and also makes fertilizer and also fills crop plots. That's fantastic. So if we grab some thatch, let me grab some thatch and we'll throw in here, and I'll show you this thing. It's already, I've let it run for a while. You can see that it's collected a ton of poop, but let's throw some thatch in there. All right, so I threw some thatch in there, but apparently even though it has the option to like craft it over here, you can't actually craft it. It's just automatic, and apparently it's 2 times faster than a normal compost bin. But so since there's nothing but poop in here, I'm wondering if I hit fill the crop plots, if it'll do that with the poop. So let's just do this and click. Oh, I guess we have to start it. Okay, so it's started. Okay, so it has to have fertilizer to to fill it. So you just have to start it, let it do its thing. So if you start it and just let it do its thing and put some thatch in there, it should automatically make fertilizer and everything else. And then you just click fill your crop plots, and then it'll automatically do that for you, which is still pretty cool. Really handy little thing there, and I really like that whole feature a lot, because the other versions of that don't do that much and don't automate it that much. Okay, on to the next thing we have here is the wood baker. Now, this thing's really cool. This thing will also work with your fungal wood from Aberration, which is awesome, and it works with vanilla wood as well. You turn it on, and look how quick it burns the wood and turns it into charcoal. So no longer do you have to wait forever for charcoal. You just turn this on, and it just burns wood super fast. Like, it's just tearing through it. Look at it go. And it works with the Aberration fungal wood, which is really awesome. Next, we have the meat spoiler. This thing spoils meat crazy fast. Look at it go. Look at it go. Insanely fast. Now, my only thing with these is that between the two of these, if you got a bunch of people in your server, and I'm not talking about you and your 5 friends playing, I'm talking you and 20 other people, or a full server of like 30 people, and you got like 6 to 8 people using these at one time, I feel like that may lag the server a little bit. I don't know. I mean, just because it's so fast, I could be wrong. The the coding could be something different, and the server might be able to handle that well. But maybe I'm too familiar with the old days of Minecraft, where you do too many things and things just get laggy. I don't know, but I do know doing stuff like harvesting a crazy amount of berries and stuff like that can lag a server. So maybe this could too. But I mean, they're still awesome, and heck, for single player or you and your 5 friends, that's fantastic. Okay, and then we have the chemistry bench here. We're not really gonna make anything. I mean, we can. Let's make some stuff. Screw it. Let's make some stuff. So we got her turned on here, and it says it's unpowered, but let's see if we can craft anything. So cementing paste. Pull that cementing paste out. We got the cementing paste. Just gonna pull the resources in, and you can see that it auto crafts. You don't even have to do anything. So another good thing about this is, if you do have Structures Plus and this mod, you can just pull the resources directly in like so and craft a specific amount that way, which is pretty handy. And you can see that this essentially, if we look here, I have a little note in here that tell you what the difference with this is it is definitely smaller, that's for sure, but it auto crafts, and it gives you double the amount of a normal chemistry bench. So you can see there's the normal size chemistry bench, and then here's the one for auto or ARKomatic. I want to call it auto arc. It's ARKomatic. I'll get it right eventually. And you can see it looks a little bit different. It's got some different stuff setting on the top of it and stuff like that. All right, let's turn that off. And then we have the forge here, and I mean, it's more or less just a forge. But it requires gasoline or electric to operate, which is cool. And then on top of that, I also made a note for it, but I couldn't put it in there. It works 2 times faster than a normal forge, which is cool, and can auto pull metal from dinos in range. Now, I tried that with this little guy right here. This little guy's got some metal on him, and I turned it on, and it's not pulling it. Let's put a couple. You guys can leave it down in the comments below if you think I'm doing it wrong, or if I missed something. Maybe it's because he's an Aberration dino, but I feel like it should maybe work with any dino. It should just be like searching inventories. I could be wrong, but you can see that he's pretty close, and it's not pulling this metal out of him. So I don't know if that feature is just broken, if it's not fully implemented, if it doesn't work with Aberration dinos. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see if it'll. Oh, that crafted quickly. Holy crap, that did craft really quickly. I was gonna pull it out and see if it pulled it out of my inventory, but that crafted a ton of metal really, really quickly. Holy crap. I mean, forget whether or not that it auto pulls off your dynos. You can do that with Structures Plus or swaps. The fact that it cooks metal that quickly, that's more than worth a download in my opinion. Okay, and then we have the ARKomatic Fabricator, and we can turn that on. Now, this doesn't like fabricate a ton of different stuff. You can see here, this is it. This is the recipes that are in it. But it's 3 times faster than a normal fabricator and auto crafts when you pull stuff into it. So let's see if I have the stuff to, yeah, there we go. So you can see you still get the same recipe. It doesn't double or anything like that, but you can pull the resources over and bam, there you go. It just auto crafts. And last but not least, there is the turret filler. And essentially all this does is you put bullets in this thing and then it auto fills nearby turrets for you. So if you got your turrets clear full of stuff and they can't hold anymore, you can store another, you know, 50 or I should say 50 rounds, I should say 50 stacks of rounds in this thing, and then it will continue to autofill your turrets for you, which is, I never really used turrets, but I guess if you use turrets, that's awesome. All right, that is pretty much everything I have for you this week. That is going to wrap it up for this episode. Before I go, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all of your support. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to help support this channel through Patreon, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.